Blessed Imbolc, everyone. I'm Becky, the author of the Two Little Witchlings series, and I'm here to read to you the second book in the Sabbat series, Imbolc, the Snowdrops and the Fae. If you have a copy of your own, why don't you go and get it, and you can follow along the pictures while I read. This is Binky. He's a little cow who belongs to Lady Brigid. She is the goddess of this holiday. The air was crisp and chilly, and Rose Witchling was in the pantry gathering snacks for the Imbolc supper. Mama said the goods stored from summer had started to spoil, and the forageable foods were now a bit scarce. It was that time of year when all the neighbours would come together for one big feast to eat and share what could be saved. Just as Rose Witchling had filled her pockets with apples ready to carry into the kitchen, her big sister came in. "Mama's asked me to find something to decorate the table ready for the guests," said Lily Witchling, "but I couldn't spot anything. Could we swap jobs, please? You're so much better at finding things." "No problem," came the reply, and Rose Witchling carefully dropped the apples into her big sister's arms, put her walking boots on, and went out into the woods. She decided to search for flowers near Fungust Forest. Although Mama had said many times that it wasn't a good idea to walk through there because there were creatures that could play tricks on you, Rose Witchling planned to be careful. She spotted a perfect ring of mushrooms, and inside it a small bunch of white flowers had sprouted, the first snowdrops of spring. They would be perfect for decorating the feast table. She hopped into the circle and began to pick some flowers when she heard a little voice. "In the circle you have strayed. A penalty must now be paid." Rose Witchling looked around her. "Who's there?" "We're the keeper of this wood. Welcome to our neighbourhood," said another. "Snowdrops to the Fae belong. Stealing them is very wrong," came yet another. Suddenly, lots of little faces appeared from behind the mushrooms. "Oh, I'm very sorry," said Rose Witchling. "I didn't realise these flowers were yours. May I take a handful, please?" "2 penalties must still be paid. The Fae are open to a trade." "What would you like to trade?" she asked. "For your freedom, sing a song, so that we may dance along." "But I don't really know any songs," began Rose Witchling. Then she remembered what day it was. Imbolc, Lady Brigid's Day. Mama always said that if you need a little inspiration, call on the goddess of creativity to inspire you. So she did just that. "Stay a little longer," said the children to the snowdrop. "Stay a little longer by the old oak tree. She said I must be going, be it raining, hailing, snowing. The new shoots now are growing, and the goddess calls to me." The Fae danced gleefully together all around her as she sang, so she kept going. "Stay a little longer," said the children to the snowdrop. "Stay a little longer and keep us company. She said I'll come back one day when the winter touches springtime. Until she brings us such time, the goddess calls to me." A tiny round of applause surrounded her all at once, and she smiled humbly in return. "Now may I take some snowdrops?" "To take our flowers, leave a gift, else our friendship gets a rift." What gift could I leave? Rose Witchling wondered. She checked her pockets just in case, and realised there was one apple that she'd missed when she was handing over the pantry stash to Lily Witchling. What luck! "Here you go," she said to the little fairies. When she saw their excitement, Rose Witchling felt a little bit sad. She would have enough food in the coming weeks until spring, and they had very little. That hardly seemed fair. "We're having a feast this evening," she said. Everyone will be sharing food with everyone else. Come to my house later. I will gladly put a plate together for you. The circle, you're now free to leave. Keep this friendship that we weave, said a pixie in response. Take some flowers with our thanks, and we promise no more pranks. Rose Witchling thanked them and returned home, flowers in hand. When she arrived, she went straight to the dining room where the feast should be held and placed her hard-earned prize in the vase sitting on the table. They weren't much, but they were enough. A perfect symbol for this Sabbat, Rose Witchling thought to herself. She went into the kitchen and the air smelled amazing with all sorts of tasty foods. Mama had spent the day cooking up a storm. Careful not to disturb hard work, Rose Witchling picked up an empty plate and filled it with some food and took it to the living room window to set it down. Enjoy, little Fae. Thank you for the flowers, she called out into the air. She returned to the kitchen where her big sister and Mama were bringing the last of the platters out of the pantry. Where have you been, my love? Said Mama. We missed you. I managed to find some flowers to decorate the dining room ready for supper, Rose Witchling beamed. Good job, little sister, said Lily Witchling, kissing her on the forehead. I knew you were the right person for the job. Come on, my little witchlings, said Mama, handing a platter to each of the girls. It's time to set the table. Our neighbours will be arriving soon. When they walked into the dining room, everyone gasped in surprise. The entire room was decorated from floor to ceiling with holly banners, plait-woven ivy, little twig stars. The table was garnished with all kinds of colourful mushrooms and posies. It looked spectacular. Oh my goodness, said Mama. It's fantastic. How did you find the time to do all this, my love? I didn't, said Rose Witchling. I only found those snowdrops in the vase there. Perhaps it was the pixies, teased Lily Witchling with a grin. Yes, you're right, said Rose Witchling, spotting the now empty plate on the windowsill. Lily Witchling and Mama just smiled at each other and shrugged their shoulders. The supper was amazing. There was lots of laughter, lots of friends, really good food, and a roaring fire. Rose Witchling received much praise from the neighbours over her decorating, which, even though nobody believed her, she insisted was still the Fae. As the evening wound down, she hopped down from her seat and went to the open window where the empty plate still sat and looked out into the night sky. Blessed Imbolc, she whispered. The end. And if you'd like to stick around for just a minute more, I will read you the poem at the back of the book. It's called Imbolc. Beneath my feet are crunches from hard and frozen ground. The forest lies so quiet, bare trees sit all around. I shiver, zip my coat up, continue on my quest. I'm looking for a blossom that by the gods is blessed. You see, I heard a legend that a long, long time ago there fell to earth one winter a single flake of snow. This snowflake came on Imbolc and, seeing here no flowers, transformed into a snowdrop upon this world of ours. The other seedlings saw this and took it as a sign to start their own spring journey with colours so divine. So when you see the snowdrops, please have that peace of mind that forest floors of beauty are never far behind. Thank you for watching. Happy Imbolc and blessed be.